Hi everyone, it's Fancy Jen. I'm here to talk about my latest little quick project. So in a couple weeks I'll be going to LA Comic-Con as Mrs. Incredible. My sister will be coming with me and she's volunteered to be my Edna Mode. We looked around for a quick Edna Mode costume. Didn't find anything that really I thought would work out, or it was just really cheap looking. So I was really lucky to find this dress at the thrift store. It's a very basic A-line black dress, and my sister's shorter than me, so it'll be kind of longer on her. It didn't have sleeves on it. It had these little short sleeves. You can kind of see it blends into my black scrubs. So I cut the sleeves off, but I'm going to make sleeves. Edna Mode has long sleeves, and they're this dragon scale smocked material, just a lot more expensive or a lot more work than I have time for. So I found these pillow shams also at the thrift store that are just a really fun texture. Responsibly sourced fashion for Edna. Making her sleeves. I have this sleeve pattern, just a basic suit sleeve made before, so it fits out really well onto each pillow sham, and I'm going to use the sleeve from the dress to make sure that I have enough material that they're both going to line up. Now you're looking down from above at my sleeve. So I have the sleeve pattern, here is the sleeve from the dress, and one thing I lost with just cutting the sleeve is that I lost seam allowance. So it looks like if I were to just cut and use the sleeve pattern, paper pattern here, I would end up with a lot of extra up here, which is not really a problem. That would just add a little poof to the top of the sleeve. But right here, we barely have any seam allowance. So I think what I'll do is, when I'm cutting this out, I have a tool that I will get real quick. So this is called a French curve. It's kind of hard to see because it's see-through, but it has the seam allowance kind of built in. But I'm basically gonna use this to line it up. I'm gonna try and follow the outward seam here of the paper pattern, but then make sure it also comes out far enough up here so that I have enough seam allowance at the top, because I don't want this to end up being too tight when I try to attach it to the dress. Here I'm going to speed this part up a little bit, but I'm just cutting out the dress, just winging it, not making a pattern. It's a little risky, but it is just a costume that will probably only be worn for one day. The pillowcase has 2 layers, which is nice. So the back of the pillowcase layer is going to be kind of a lining for the sleeve. Here I flipped the first sleeve over to help me cut out the second sleeve from the second pillowcase. Then this fabric started to fray on me really badly, so I decided to serge the decorative side to the lining side so that it wouldn't have all these frayed edges everywhere. And then I sewed the sleeve together like you would with any other sleeve. Then it came to pinning the sleeve into the dress. This took a couple attempts because when I serged it, I went a little fast and the armhole got a little gathered up. So I did end up having to clip a few of the threads and stretch the armhole of the sleeve back out to its former glory, but then it fit and I was able to sew it into the dress. And ta-da! We've got one side done. Then I did go back through and serge the armhole again because the dress fabric was fraying as well, and then I repeated the whole thing a second time for the other side. So here we go. Fortunately, my sister is a lot smaller than me. I can't get this down past here, but as you can see, puff sleeves. And Edna is almost good to go. I gotta style the wig, and that's about it. Oh, and the sign. Gotta make her sign. But that's it. $6 at the thrift store.